days ago, and he invited all of these HBCU presidents while they watched him sign this executive order. HBCU presidents are hoping Congress will bolster Trump's actions to strengthen the schools with dramatically increased funding in the upcoming federal budget. They are asking for $25 billion for infrastructure, college readiness, financial aid, and other priorities. Under President Barack Obama's administration, historically black colleges and universities received $4 billion over 7 years. Now, I don't know what to compare $4 billion over 7 years to as far as in relative terms to what any president did before Barack got into office. But Barack in 7 years gave $4 billion to HBCUs. The said $25 billion is needed to make up years of underfunding and would cover the country's more than 100 HBCUs. Trump's order, and I want y'all to pay attention to this, why you got to watch Donald Trump. This is sleight of hand, shell game type shit here that New Yorkers, city slicker, orange dudes do. Trump's order moves the initiative on historically black colleges and universities from the Department of Education into the executive office of the White House. Now, in talking with a bunch of people that's abreast of the politics of funding and schools and Department of Education, most people seem to agree that that's a good thing. So what that basically means now is you can't, as the White House and Donald Trump's administration, blame the Department of Education for underfunding of HBCUs. You know, if they get funded or if they don't, it's all on you. There's no excuses. It's all on Trump and his administration, okay? But this whole executive order and what it was going to mean to HBCUs was nothing but a photo op. You do realize that this executive order that Donald Trump signed a couple of days ago towards HBCUs did nothing, said nothing towards funding, money, or nothing. The way that they termed it, the executive order basically recognized the accomplishments of black colleges. What the fuck? Right, you heard me correctly. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. All that executive order said was that we recognize that HBCUs have done good things in the past. That's it. So at the end of the day, all of the hoopla and all of the conversations surrounding Donald Trump and helping HBCUs, and he was going to have this initiative to help HBCUs, and he was going to give them this money and do this, that, and the other. Now, this may happen down the road, okay? This may happen down the road, but the crazy shell game, sleight of hand part of this is he had I can't remember the amount. He had well over 50 HBCU presidents stand behind him, clap, and smile. It was a photo op. It was a bullshit photo op. It was a bullshit photo op. That's it. Okay? That's it. It was nothing. At the end of the day, all it showed was smiling black people standing behind Donald Trump clapping and cheesing. Big ass grins on their face. Very disappointed, man, with the HBCU presidents that showed up for that crap, man. I think I probably would have been like, man, I need to get more details on what is actually being signed, what this executive order is saying. Is it early for us to come up there? Do we need to wait until there's some real meat and substance behind, any type of orders from the president concerning HBCUs? At the end of the day, Donald Trump achieved just an incredible photo op. Same thing he did with Kanye West, same thing he did with Steve Harvey, same thing he did with any black smiling person who Donald Trump didn't give a rat's ass about. He got some of the most influential people in black people's culture and the black culture to come stand behind him and smile. Once again, this is early. Maybe down the road, he will put some real money into the HBCUs. But what you saw happen a couple of days ago and him signing this executive order was nothing but a damn shell game. It was a shell game. And these are some of the smartest, brightest, most intelligent black people in this country, in this world. And even they got taken. By the con man. Very disappointing, man. 404-382-0338. Now, last thing on this, man, and I said it already, but I'm going to say it again, okay, for the record. Maybe he's going to do something of substance down the road. But what he did a couple of days ago was not. What he did a couple of days ago was BS. We'll see. And there's a lot of different factions coming at this cat, and so he's got to do something of substance at some point where it's concerning black people. He's had photo op after photo op after photo op, trying to take some of the heat off of his ass by black America. And so maybe at some point he's going to do something. I think he has to do something at some point. At some point, people are going to speak out. Like, look, you keep inviting us up here to this damn White House to take pictures, and what have you actually done? Okay, and it's early. The man's only been in office for a month. I'm conceding that. So maybe he will do something of substance down the road. But as far as what you saw the other day and what we've seen out of him, taking these photo ops for the first month of his presidency is just nothing but a crock of shit. From One Chance in the chat room on Spreaker.com, Trump has signed 47 executive orders so far. Them damn things don't mean a damn thing. They ain't even worth the paper they're printed on. Trump's actions down the road will speak louder than his words. Right, the only real, thing of substance that he's done or that he's talked about, and you know what, he hadn't even done that. I was going to talk about the Affordable Health Care Act. He really hadn't done anything with that. He's really backpedaling on that. And all of the promises that he made that they were going to cut up this Obamacare and they were going to do this, that, and the other to it. And then a couple of days ago, he conceded that, listen, this thing is harder than we all thought. You don't think? Duh! You don't think? You want a cookie that this thing is complicated? You want a cookie? You're just realizing now you're a month into office. You made all these grandiose promises during the campaign. You think that thing ain't complicated and healthcare ain't complicated? That was very offensive to hear that. Very offensive to hear that. He don't even know what the hell he's doing. Yeah, you didn't grasp the fact that how difficult and how complicated the Affordable Health Care Act is. You didn't grasp that. You know why? Because he don't even have no damn experience. Like I've said 11 times, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Donald Trump is the only president in this country's history that don't have diplomatic, political, or military experience. Of course you didn't understand how difficult and complicated the Affordable Health Care Act is and repealing it or changing it or whatever the hell you're going to do. You know why? Because you don't have a clue. Dumbass. Oh. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The last couple of weeks, man, I've been kind of chilling on Trump, man, because it really is a blood pressure pusher upper. It is. So I've been trying to lay off, man, and just let God do his work and just trust in him. And that's what I'm going to do. But this really bothered me seeing these HBCU presidents out there just cheesing with this cat. Oh, look, Donald Trump's okay. Look, I'm cheesing. You can see all my teeth, my bicuspids, my molars. You can see all of my molars and my bicuspids. You can see, look. I've had a lot of dentistry. I had braces. I had all that. Look at my teeth. Look, I'm smiling. Oh, boy. From ducking and dodging, it's only been like 6 weeks. How are we going to make it 4 years? The speech that he gave the other night in relative terms, I mean, that was miraculous. In relative terms, that was miraculous. But you know what also about that speech? He didn't write that damn speech. He didn't write that speech. That speech mostly came from the Steve O'Bannon cat, probably came from the Sean Spicer dude, some speechwriter, whoever you can think of. Donald Trump didn't write that track. You're not going to get a lot of kudos because you read a piece of paper, okay? In relative terms, based on all of the dumb shit he said over the last year and a half, it was a pretty good speech. I couldn't find real fault with it. You know, a lot of the content and a lot of the issues and the direction that he wants being a conservative, I take issues with, but that's nothing new. But outside of that, I mean, what? You didn't write the damn speech. Come out and tell us you wrote the damn speech. That would be impressive. But you know good and well he didn't write the speech. And you know, most presidents don't write their speeches. They got speechwriters. I get that. But to give him a lot of kudos because he didn't say something dumb is ridiculous. You're not supposed to say something dumb. You're the president. What? What? We supposed to give you a pat on the back because you didn't say something dumb? You're not supposed to say something dumb. That's your normal job. What? Ah! Oh, man. He gave a great speech. He's supposed to give a great speech. He's the president. I'm not patting you in the back for giving a damn half-decent speech where you're going to make an ass out of yourself even more? What? I'm not giving you credit for that. That's almost like giving a man credit for taking care of his damn kids. That's what you're supposed to do. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I promise you, we'll at least mention this Bill Polian story. We got to talk about Colin Kaepernick. But when we get back also, after we do that, after we mention this Polian story, we'll play this interview that we had from 2009 with Floyd Mayweather Sr. All right? Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.
Direction, thoughts put down for perfection, for dead in minds, resurrection, for hard heads a lesson, towards the feeling, true confessions, daily movement, progression, handle minds with aggression, respect my essence not to get caught in intersections like a lethal weapon, or safety for protection, here today be here for tomorrow, granted like words and scriptures for you to follow, pay attention, not all man's have good intentions, likely to stay in one dimension, put in place with discretion, know you're rating this one, see how deep things get, pure elevation, set it off to cure a nation. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like words and scriptures for you to follow. My man. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like words and scriptures for you to follow. My bra. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like words and scriptures for you to follow. My seed. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Cock this so it's balance the bullets. We all holding full clips. Ways of the world forever. Keep my peeps in bullshit. Drama that. Another episode of the habitat. You see it ill and abstract. We live it real and that's that. Reality fact. See your brother lying on his back and another brother holding the gap. Cain and Abel had they beef a while back. Not for everything. Niggas should react. Bodies dumped out on the floor like a Roots video. You gotta see the show. You not living like you want more. My brother is my keeper. Spray your block with street sweeper. Heard the code of the sleeper. Why you wanna live how wide for Grim Reaper? Live your life. Get the thumping through your speaker. Only the few come around with a chosen run. You still have wedge when I hold for bun. Of course I never think twice about busting. You only get spared one, cousin. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like words and scriptures for you to follow. My man. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like words and scriptures for you to follow. My bra. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Granted like word description for you to follow. My seed, here today, be here for tomorrow. Here today, be here for tomorrow. Ways of the world,